Hello everyone, this is Thor Young with Bear Bull Traders, and I'd like to do a recap on my home trade for you. Home was an awesome trade for me today, did real well, played exactly the way I was hoping it would. I want to talk a little bit about the process that I went through to identify exactly why home was the stock that I wanted to pick. I get asked the question a lot. Sure, you get a great list of stocks, 5 or 6. We come into the pre-market with Carlos and the guys. We get 5 or 6, but what are you doing to really limit it down? So the first thing that I tell them is, I do use the pre-market show, so make sure to go live and subscribe with those guys, ring the bell, so you can see what they're going to. That's how I get the beginning of my list every single day. But after that, it's up to you as a trader to pick your last stock or two, because only you know your style and how you like to trade. So for me, it's the big picture, and that's what I call it, my big picture. One, does the stock have a catalyst? And a clean daily chart with obvious levels. 2, does the stock have volume and a well-structured level 2? And 3, is there an easy recognizable play that I can use in order to trade the stock? So the big picture for me is very important. I will not trade a stock if it doesn't have it. So let me show you kind of how the big picture came together for me. And then we will take a look at things and show you. As you can see, the stock's running up for me right now. I still have a position in, have some really nice trades on it. So first, to start off on the big picture, does the stock have a catalyst? Well, obviously on the daily, we're very well gapped down, big gap that needs to be filled. So we certainly did have a nice catalyst going on. Does it have some clean levels that you can work off of? Well, that was pretty easy. Actually, I do almost all my levels on this one chart. So let me go out to my dailies, and you can see here that I pulled a bunch of daily levels here. Not all of the levels came from here. I pulled some, which I'll show you where I got those in a second. But basically what I'm looking for is any pivot areas where support and resistance have switched specifically. I like any area that shows either an extreme high or an extreme low, something that shows where price action intentionally kind of moved in a different direction. So then after that, I go down to my 5-minute chart. Let me zoom in a little bit here for you. And what I'm looking for there is to make some pre-market levels. So I pick I got the top here where we had an obvious resistance. I picked some support areas and a pivot, and we seem to have that going on, and all that looks pretty good. So how about our volume and our L2? We had great volume, definitely well above average trading of volume. So that's very important because you want to make sure you've got a catalyst and you want eyes on it. And you know that that's happening if you've got the volume. And then you want your L2. Now, the L2 is really what I use to start putting my final plan together and making my final selection on the stock, because most of this stuff is pretty much no-brainer. But the L2 is where you really start looking at something differently. And the question is, does the L2 support some kind of a play? For me, the L2 looked really weak. There were a lot of bids that were sitting all down near like 470, and there were a lot of asks that were kind of sitting up near around 535. But the bids were really not anywhere near the opening area of about 490. They were all just much lower. So, but there were still plenty of asks kind of tearing up like a ladder almost through it. So what I like to think is going to happen, and this is a rising devil play for me, is when the stock opens because of the gap down with the rush to get out of the position, the stock is going to have a surge up as short sellers start to come in and people are covering positions. This generically makes the stock gap up heavily right at the beginning. You can normally take a good short near a key daily level or VWAP and then write it down. So that's the play I was after on home, and initially the L2 supported that. So into the play here, we're going to go down here. The stock actually opened around what was it, right about 482, and the stock actually sold off slightly and then bumped off of this 476 level I had marked from pre-market and went straight up to those asks at 536. Right after those asks went in, the stock started to drop. It bounced off of about 515, 510, and then came back up to 522 where I had already thrown a limit order. Remember, with a rising devil and a hard gap down, you're most likely going to be on SSR. So you got to wait for the stock to come below you and then get it as it ticks up into you. And this is where it gets tricky, and you're going to get missed a lot doing this. So this doesn't always work, because sometimes it just moves away and you never get that opportunity to get in. But you can't get in on the initial way up because you don't know when it's going to stop going up. So you have to wait for it to come down, bounce up, and catch it on the uptick. So that's what I did. caught it on the uptick, and it moved down very nicely where I got some partials. Now, on the 1 minute chart, just to give you a little bit more detail and how that looked off of the levels, you can see here we went up through my level that I had picked, 525, rejected it, and I got in, and then we made a new candle, and I got partials once I got to a profit area, 510. I got a partial at VWAP, that's a split order, and then I took a partial down at the 9 moving average. After I took the partial at the 9 moving average, everything changed. The L2 completely flipped. Out of nowhere, big bids started coming out. The sellers came out in huge numbers, well above the original breakout. I'm talking like up near 530 and 535. So that made everything look a lot different, and I had a really strong feeling I was going to get stopped out. So luckily I already got some good partials. I'm already up, you know, probably about $150 or $120 at this point. It's a smaller stock, so I was able to take a pretty large share size. And as it returned, I stopped out just a little bit shy of break even on my remaining shares. Now, as the stock claimed 524 and the ask looked so strong and conducive of a run-up, I went ahead and decided that I was going to go long on this position. So I limped into it a little bit because we were already really close to high a day, and my risk was going to be the loss of VWAP. So as the stock pulled back, it actually did not go back to VWAP. Rather, it held the 9 moving average it had been holding from before. So I went ahead and added into the position now, this time a full position with a loss of VWAP only being a few cents away at this point. So now we're added in nicely. We're up to a full strength position. I iterate, I'm added into a full strength position. This was not a full strength position, and then I added in a double position because I'm trying to scale up into my position. I'm scaling into the position because I knew we were overextended. I didn't want to chase and take too big of a position, so I took a long here in a smaller position, waited for a pullback to the area I want, and then got long. Alright, so now I've got more partials here. Market order I threw at the break, and then I've been taking intentional partials all the way up. And we're doing pretty good. And we actually just recently had a breakout here of this price level while I was putting this video together, so I got a couple of nice partials there as we went up. And I'm basically down to about 10% of my position now, and I'm just going to sit here and hold it and see what happens. If this stock turns and comes back over and loses VWAP, I'll be more than happy to get out of it and take a couple bucks on my remaining shares. But with any luck, it looks like Home could be in an upward trend for the day to fill this gap. I know this video was a little bit longer, but I really wanted to cover the criteria that I'm using to pick my stocks every day and how I'm putting that plan together, and I just couldn't do that in 5 minutes. But you need to make sure whenever you're trading a stock, you must have all of these elements in place. Especially, you have to make sure it's a catalyst stock with higher than average volume. The only reason these plays work is because we make them work, because there are traders in agreement of how these patterns are supposed to go and what the rules are. They function. But on stocks that are being controlled by the market where you don't have a lot of traders using them, those patterns are not going to go as well. So you always want to use a stock that's being looked at with human eyes, that is being traded by your fellow traders. That way our rules hold together and do a little bit better. Anyway, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Sorry for the longer than usual video, but I hope you find something that resonates with you. And I hope you have, keep it green. Thanks.